Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another reading from the book of Proverbs. Today we are in chapter 7, and so without further ado, let's get started. Starting at verse 1 in the NLT. Follow my advice, my son. Always treasure my commands. Obey my commands and live. Guard my instructions as you guard your own eyes. Tie them on your fingers as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Love wisdom like a sister. Make insight a beloved member of your family. Let them protect you from an affair with an immoral woman, from listening to the flattery of a promiscuous woman. While I was at the window of my house, looking through the curtain, I saw some naive young men, and one in particular who lacked common sense. He was crossing the street near the house of an immoral woman. Strolling down the path by her house, it was a twilight in the evening as deep darkness fell. The woman approached him, seductively dressed and sly of heart. She was the brash, rebellious type, never content to stay at home. She is often in the streets and markets, soliciting at every corner. She threw her arms around him and kissed him, and with a brazen look she said, I've just made my peace offerings and fulfilled my vows. You're the one I was looking for. I came out to find you, and here you are. My bed is spread with beautiful blankets, with colored sheets of Egyptian linen. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let's drink our fill of love until morning. Let's enjoy each other's caresses. For my husband is not home. He's away on a long trip. He has taken a wallet full of money with him and won't return until later this month. So she seduced him with her pretty speech and enticed him with her flattery. He followed her at once, like an ox going to the slaughter. He was like a stag caught in a trap, awaiting the arrow that would pierce its heart. He was like a bird flying into a snare, little knowing it would cost him his life. So listen to me, my sons, and pay attention to my words. Don't let your heart stray away toward her. Don't wander down her wayward path, for she has been the ruin of many. Many men have been her victims. Her house is the road to the grave. Her bedroom is the den of death. You guys, as I said, when we read the previous chapter, I want to say it was chapter 5 on the immoral woman, and I was saying how Proverbs was written by men. So Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs along with like 2 other wise men. And so he's speaking from the context and the thought of being a man. However, we know that there are also men that are entrapping women, that are literally setting back your life when you fall into the traps of their words. Oh, you just the one I've been looking for. Oh, I've been waiting for you. These are things that men say, even when they're just trying to use you, okay? And so just like the men need to be cautious, women, you need to be cautious as well. And I spoke it before when I was talking on the other chapter, but even outside of romantic relationships, when you're looking at platonic relationships, when you're looking at business deals, oh, you're just the partner I've been looking for. Oh, you would be the perfect business partner for me. I've been looking for someone just like you to be able to do this business deal with, to be able to be friends with me. You have to make sure you're using the wisdom of God when you are entering into romantic relationships, platonic relationships, business relationships, whatever it is that you're doing. Do not just connect yourselves with people based on the words that they are saying because the things that they are saying sound good. And even when it talks in the chapter about leading to death, death is not always this physical concept that we think about of when you literally die, but sometimes you enter into relationships with people and they are killing your dreams. It is the death of your purpose because who you've chosen to align yourself with. And there are certain things that just cannot be done when you are aligned with and in covenant with certain people. And so, it's like, even in that same chapter, it talked about how the people that have come before this woman has led them all to death. That made me think about women that meet men that have all these different mothers of their children, baby mamas, and it's like, oh, I'll be the 7th baby mama. Like, what are you thinking? And it's not to come down on you, but it's just to say, let's use wisdom. Like, again, you meet this business person and you find out they've been burning people all across the country with scandaling them out of their money and things like that. And you think, oh, you know what? Let me go into business with them. They won't do the same thing to me. And they've been doing it to all these people. The book of Proverbs is saying, look at these things. Look at the track record and the character of people before you're aligning yourself with them, and to be warned of aligning yourself with these people, okay? So again, this is not to be judgmental. It is to say, in 2024, let's look at the book of Proverbs. Let's look at the wisdom that is being offered to us freely here from the word of God, so that we can navigate our lives well. And that is my prayer for you this year, that whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a friendship, you will align yourselves only with the people that God is saying you should be aligning yourself with, and that also God will highlight to you the people that you need to be cutting ties with, because it is an improper, unholy, godly alignment, and God is saying you need to separate yourself. And God will be the one that lets you know, even when you have children with somebody, you can't always just break off and separate. God will give you the wisdom on how to co-parent without being entangled with this person in a way that it can be bringing death to your purpose or detriment to the purpose that God has called you for in this earth. We are here because God wills it. That's something I've been reading about in Genesis as well as in Revelation, that we are here and we exist because God wills for us to. And that is phenomenal. And when you truly get an understanding and a concept of that, you are intentional about living your life in purpose and in a way that points people back to God, and that points your life towards the purpose that God has placed you here in the earth for. So let us not be people that are recklessly attaching ourselves to people that are just listening to the words of random individuals and whatever they're saying that we should do. Let us be people that are intentional this year about making relationships and alignments and business deals based on the wisdom that comes from God. Pause for a minute. Do what the book of Proverbs is saying here, especially in chapter 7. Look at the track record of people. Don't just blindly go off whatever they're saying to you today. Look at their track record and pray and ask God, what is it that I should be doing with this person, with this relationship, and then move forward in that way. And sometimes it can be challenging and painful to break away from romantic relationships, to break away from friendships, to break away from business deals. Ask God for the wisdom to navigate how to do those things, and for the healing that may need to come from walking away from alignments and relationships that you've made that God did not ordain, that He did not tell you to get into in the first place. It is not the wisdom of God to get into relationships without consulting God and then pray for Him to bless the relationship He never told you to get into. That's not how that works. God does not bless the random things that you decide to do. God's hand is on, and God blesses the things that He ordained. And that is a lesson that we have to learn as Christians. Sometimes we struggle because we're trying to pray and ask God to bless things that He never wanted in the beginning. And He's not going to do it. That's just the truth. He's not going to do it. So pray, ask God how to navigate the various situations, circumstances, relationships that you may be in. I will be praying for you as well as I pray for all of those who are subscribed to the channel and who are seeking to grow in their relationship with God. Don't forget to join me tomorrow again for another reading from the book of Proverbs. Every day these videos post at 7 p.m. South Africa time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So get in where your time zone fits in, and we will continue to read the whole book of Proverbs this year, this month, one chapter a day. And I pray that you guys are being blessed and wisdom is filling your hearts. Until next time,